here on the polls. So first of all, your impression about the ruling that we're getting from the Supreme Court on this matter?
The difficulty with this ruling, I think this was expected naturally, considering the line of decisions that have greeted the election, in fact, the petition against the Assin North MP. The moment the High Court gave the decision it gave by throwing him out, I was hoping that they pursued vigorously the issue of the appeal, but unfortunately, it looks like they had to leave the appeal unprosecuted, which is why it got thrown out. Now, the moment your appeal gets thrown out, it literally makes the rest of their applications that are pending very light to sustain any further activity going forward. And so, particularly when the Supreme Court once again threw out the issue of the reference for determination as to whether, as to the meaning of and the intentment of the Constitution when it says that, when in dealing with the period of time that a person really loses his nationality or gains his nationality.
Right.
And for me, that the moment that was off, it for me appeared to be what has become known as the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right, but many experts say that this was predicted a long time ago, and that what we need now may be a by-election. You agree with that?
A by-election will be very difficult, considering that the case has not been exhausted at this moment. For a by-election to be conducted, I think that would also bring in further serious litigations, because I am very sure that I think that there's still some processes pending before the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court, and until those ones are exhausted, until there's a finality, it will be very difficult for the Electoral Commission to go ahead and declare the seat vacant.
But I guess it's a matter of locals right now.
Communication.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I guess it's a matter of locals as we speak, because, and sorry for cutting through, we've had the Attorney General indicate that as of this moment, nothing bars the Electoral Commission from going ahead and declaring the seat vacant, and then we could have a by-election. Is it as simple as that?
I disagree, because the Electoral Commission would have to confer with Parliament to confirm whether or not that seat has been declared vacant. If those communications would have to be done before the Electoral Commission can make those pronouncements. The Electoral Commission does not work in a vacuum, and neither does it work with reports from media houses. It doesn't work that way. There have to be appropriate processes followed before the seat can be declared vacant. And I do not think that, as of this moment, I do not think that the Speaker would give that information for the Electoral Commission to declare the seat.
You're doubting.
There must be a formal communication.
Right. So what you're telling us is that you're doubting
there must be a formal communication, and
right.
The Speaker will not take that decision if there's even a single application that has the potential of holding the Assin North seat intact for the NDC.
But in all honesty, the point is, how far could the NDC and by extension James Jachikwesin go, particularly when we know this is the apex court we are talking about? Yes, indeed, the law does not bar them from varying from their initial rulings, but some would say that's unlikely given what we're seeing today.
Indeed, it's unlikely that the decisions will change. There is no turning back, for as I'm concerned. I think it's in his favor. It's very difficult, if not impossible, considering the trajectory of the case. But that is not to say that the NDC will be given that easily. I do not think they will do that. And I remember hearing Baba Jamal making mention of the Judge Amon's case in 1996, and that's Ayewaso West Welcome,
right,
where Judge Amon won the election, but the NDC candidate was given the right to be in Parliament, and they fought for her to stay on for the entire duration of the life of that Parliament. I think that was the fourth parliament, the third parliament. They fought for him, for the lady to stay on throughout. Even though eventually George Amo was declared the winner of the election, he never had the opportunity to stay in parliament, for even a day. And I think this is likely to be one of such cases that the two parties are likely to fight tooth and nail to ensure that even if the member of parliament will come back to parliament, even if, which is an unlikely situation, it will be such that it can only happen after the life of this parliament. And so